Okay, let's just forget all the motivational speeches for a second. We need to talk about a pretty terrifying reality. In this explainer, we're going to break down the real reason why all your hard work might still be leaving you completely broke. You know the feeling, right? You do everything society told you to do. You're working 50, maybe 60 hours a week, you're trying to save your money, and yet when the end of the month rolls around, you look at your bank account and it's terrifyingly close to zero. It's exhausting. It feels like you're just running as fast as you can on a treadmill that someone keeps speeding up. Look, I need you to hear this. It is not your fault. You're not lazy, and you are definitely not unintelligent. The truth is, you're playing a financial game, and the rules are completely stacked against you. The whole system is designed to keep you just comfortable enough to keep playing, but just broke enough that you can never, ever leave. So how exactly does this trap work? Well, let's start with the first and, honestly, the most devastating part. It's a destructive financial lie that's been fed to the working class for generations. This whole idea, it's basically a mathematical cage. Think about it. As a human being, your time is just limited, right? The laws of physics say there are only 24 hours in a day. You can't print more time. And because your inventory of time is finite, your potential income has this hard, unbreakable ceiling. So really, this shows there are two ways to play this game. On one side, you've got the laborer. Their income depends entirely on their own physical energy. But on the other side, you have the operator, who relies on a system that works for them. And here's the key takeaway, the thing you have to understand. The market doesn't pay you for how tired you are. It pays you based on how easily you can be replaced. It's like this. Picture a guy with a shovel standing next to a guy in a giant excavator. The system doesn't care who sweats more, not at all. It only cares who moves more dirt. So if you're feeling completely exhausted every single week, it's probably because you're still digging with that shovel. Your goal isn't to somehow dig faster. Your goal is to build your own damn excavator. Okay, so let's say you manage to do it. You work harder, you dig faster with that shovel, and you actually save some money. Great, right? Well, this is exactly where the system springs its second and honestly way more insidious trap. You know, we're all taught that saving cash is this great virtue. But the cash sitting in your bank account, it's not backed by anything physical like gold. It's something called fiat currency. And all that really means is that it can be created literally from thin air by central banks. And that is the key to this whole trap. Holding on to it isn't just bad advice, it's a guaranteed way to lose your wealth over time. So just imagine this. You've worked for years to save up, let's say, $50,000. You've sacrificed, you've been responsible, you lock it away safely in a bank account, and you feel secure. But here's what happens. While you were sleeping, the system uses this invisible tax we call inflation to legally siphon the value right out of your savings. The number on your screen, it stays the same. But what it can actually buy in the real world, that power has been destroyed. It's like nobody broke into your house, but half of your life's energy was just stolen. And this is exactly why wealthy people don't hoard cash. They don't see it as a safe asset. They see it as a radioactive liability. The moment they get it, they are trying to convert it into real assets the government can't just print more of. Things like businesses, real estate, or other scarce commodities. So when you finally realize you can't just work harder and you can't save your way to wealth, this silent panic starts to set in. And this feeling leads you right into the third and final trap, a psychological prison that you voluntarily lock yourself inside. See, the system offers you this really destructive alternative to actually being wealthy, and that is paying with debt to look wealthy. It's a trick, and it preys on our deep biological need for social status. Every time you use consumer debt for a car or clothes or a vacation, it is an act of financial self-sabotage. You're literally trading years of your future labor, your future freedom, just to pay interest on an illusion you bought today. You are voluntarily putting yourself into a prison of debt. So here's the crucial point, the thing you have to remember. Real wealth isn't the shiny luxury car you see. It's the luxury car that was never purchased. It's the quiet, invisible accumulation of assets that produce cash flow in the dark, far, far away from the admiring glances of strangers at a traffic light. Okay, so now that you see how the game is actually played, you have a choice. You can sit around and complain about the rules, or you can learn how to win. Look, you're not going to change the global economy, but you can absolutely, 100%, change your own personal strategy. All right, so here is your escape protocol. 3 simple, non-negotiable steps. Number 1, stop the bleeding. This means you have to eradicate all that high-interest consumer debt with ruthless aggression. Every single dollar you pay in credit card interest is a dollar you're literally setting on fire. Number 2, build leverage. This means you need to create a system that generates value even when you're asleep. This could be a small business, a digital product, some skill you can monetize online, anything that separates your income from the hours you physically work. This is your excavator. And number 3, convert to assets. Every surplus dollar you have is a soldier fighting for your freedom. Your job is to deploy it immediately, get it out of cash and into productive assets that work for you, not against you.
Now, I'm not gonna lie, this is the hardest part. It requires a level of discipline that, frankly, most people just don't have. It means you have to endure a temporary period of looking poor to do the invisible work of actually becoming rich. Yeah, it means selling the expensive car. It means skipping the fancy dinners. It means focusing on building your asset base when absolutely no one is watching.
Look, this whole financial game was designed to be confusing. It was designed to keep you lost. But it is not impossible to win. The rules have now been revealed. The path to freedom is right there in front of you. It's clear. So the only question left is, how are you going to play?